Hello, so glad you're tuning in. This is Stephanie Smith, owner of Cornerstone Fundamentals, and my purpose for these audio blogs are to provide fresh perspective from my experience teaching, guiding, and caring for young children. My conversational topics are evidence-based, which highlight my suggested approaches and support a cause to pause on topics of interest. Happy you're taking a moment and a listen. I came across an article Reese Witherspoon had hashtagged Girls Deserve Pockets, which was interesting as it was shining light and educating the public on the unassuming ways that women and even young children, if you take a look, you don't see young children with many pockets, functional pockets or even anything that's going to hold much. Years and years ago, it was purposeful why women and young children did not have pockets, and the real rationale was that men were the ones with handling most of the financials, holding the money typically. Also any kind of tools and things of that nature was considered utilitarian, and that would be done by a paid worker or a man, and women were to be doing work in the house, assisting with cooking and childcare, and young children were really only to be assisting if they were asked. This has trickled into even current and present day, and I think Reese Witherspoon was trying to make a shine light on that as kind of a domino effect to say, hey, look around. There's other things underneath the surface going on. My true reason and passion behind the design and the product is just to enable and elevate our young children to have the will, the want, and see the purpose for responsibility, ownership, and self-care. So I want to give a quick description about the design aspect of the Stocket Pocket and why it is just such a wonderful product to buy for your children, typically ages 3 through 6, 3 through 7. Some of the merits that it has is going to be something that you'd want to introduce to children at a younger age. You know, teaching young children is a lot of doing, and less is more when it comes to wording and explaining. The less you can say, and then having much more emphasis on physical example and just daily and routinely showing and doing what your example and what you're trying to teach. The Stocket Pocket, this is something that's supposed to model a pocket that a child typically does not have. Most children's clothing, if you really take a look, if you have children, you probably already know this or can investigate. The ones that are there are typically fake, they're not functional, or they're just so small. It's created to attach to any type of clothing, typically leggings for girls, even gym shorts for the boys, around the elastic waistband. It gently clips, but clips tight enough to where it stays in place until you release the latch. So this is wonderful for when their kids are playing, when you're going on walks, field trips. The clips as well are plastic, and that's going to help so it doesn't retain any heat, especially for car rides if it's still on. So there's a lot of aspects with that, as well as you'll notice there are no zippers, typically Velcro. This is just for dexterity reasons. When the pocket is on, it is really trying to mimic a pocket, and typically clothing pockets do not have zippers, not always have snaps. It should be easy accessed, but with kids running and playing, having some sort of closure was important. A couple other pieces about the design. In the back of the pocket, which would be essentially body side down, so it would not be viewable when clipped on, there's a clear vinyl covering, and that can slide in. The emergency cards, allergy and emergency number information cards, water resistant, and just a wonderful ad. Also, there is a clip inside of this pouch that can be for maybe an access card to get in or out of maybe a play area. This also can be wonderful for little treasures or even some medical necessities. If it's an inhaler or any other item that cannot come out of this pocket, it's just that additional security that you can attach. And all of these Stocket Pockets are made with a poly material. It emulates like wetsuit material, so scuba knits. It's stretchy, very light. It's semi-water resistant. So all of these aspects really can go hand in hand with our little ones, and with the colorful patterns, it all should be just quite pleasing. That comes with Kleenex, bandaids, a couple little toys, notepad and a little twist crayon, and just some other items that just prove the concept of how wonderful it is to have a pocket that enables responsibility and self-helping, overall wellness, being a good community member, and just overall safety. Initially, it was for tissue training. And if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. If they can't actually practice it themselves, they will rely on a parent or someone to help them. So that's really how this idea started. This enables your little one to feel empowered to have the necessities, have those needs for themselves, a friend. Also to be able to stow their little treasures. This enables communication and connection. They have a place that they can put rocks and little things they find, and it's not in their clothing items, so it doesn't get lost in the washer or the dryer. This is something that they can keep in their wonderful pocket, and then you can place it maybe if you have an outdoor bin at your home or somewhere they can stow these treasures, as this is a children's jackpot. When they find something just wonderful, if it's a nature object, you can jump right in and have those connected moments and really let your little one know that you care and are taking in the view that they are. As adults, sometimes we can get so far from those aspects, and enabling your child to enjoy that and us championing that is just such a great thing. Yeah, please send me any information if you have any questions or have certain patterns that you would like to see or colorations. Yeah, reach out. I'd love to answer any questions you might have. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy my products and purchase a Stocket Pocket.